finally done. My name is Hank, you're watching Engine Killer, and on today's episode, I'm actually going to finish my perimeter wall for Legions Imperialis, and the destroyed sections. Let's get into it. Okay, so before I get started, the first thing I need to do is make some matte sealant. And for this, I'm just going to use 3 parts water and 1 part Mod Podge, and then mix that with about a drop of regular dish soap. The dish soap is just so it blends more nicely. And then I'm just gonna pour it all into an empty spray bottle that I just bought. And then, of course, I need to label my spray bottle matte sealant. I also have this plastic tablecloth, which is perfect. So I can just set up everything on that and then spray it without having to worry about getting the matte sealant all over my workspace. Take too long for the sealant to dry and harden, and once that was all done, I just went about pretty much the same process I used on the other walls. I started off with the white house paint all over, really generously, just try to make sure to get all over everything and inside everything. The house paint was dry, I could set everything up outside on the back porch and just spray everything with a can of Rust-Oleum gray primer. For the next step, I went back to the Army Painter dip and just slathered that all over the entire model. Pretty much the same thing that I did before on the other wall pieces. So after waiting for the varnish to dry for about 24 hours, I was able to bring everything inside and get started dry brushing. And for this, I'm start off with Citadel colored Basilicanum Gray. Now, I use a pretty heavy dry brush on that, and then once that's done, I go back in with a lighter gray, the Ulthuan gray, all over pretty much everything, but not quite as heavy as the previous dry brush. done. So next up, what I want to do is go in and add some streaking like I did on the other walls. And I'm going to start off with the Chthonian camo shade. The next one, this is probably my favorite part, is the Targor Raid shade. I like that it's like a really kind of like a dirty sort of grayish purple. It just stands out really well and it looks really good next to the Chthonian camo shade. I'm going to go back in with Army Painter's plate mill and just pick out a whole bunch of metal bits here and there. Not everything that looks like it should be metal, but quite a few things like a metal trim here and there and little pipes, girders, things like that. Anything that kind of looks like it should be metal. I mean, I'm going to leave some of the metal bits for another step later on. Here I'm going to use warp lock bronze and go back in and pick out most of the a lot of the like cabling and wires that are kind of hanging out, and then any other kind of little metal bits, really just to kind of break up the piece, because there's it's mostly gray and looks pretty flat at this point. So the warp lock bronze is really going to help to kind of break up the whole piece and add some depth to it. And I realized I kind of ran out of bits that look like they should be made out of metal, and so which is fine because I can just go back in, and some of the bits that I picked out are just the pieces of aquarium gravel, and I mean it's all rubble really, so I think it works out and it looks really good. For those pieces of gold trim along the front, going back in with my scale Viking gold. Now once all the metallic bits are finished and dried, I'm going to go back in over pretty much everything that I've just painted with the metallic, any kind of metallic, whether it's the gold, bronze, or plate mail, and just hit all of those with Nuln oil. However, since these parts of the walls they're going to be battle damaged and destroyed, I'm not going to bother to go back over any of those with any sort of highlights. I'm just going to kind of do it with the Nuln oil and then leave them as is. And here what I'm going to do is go back in and dry brush with Chaos Black and just do scorch marks all over the place, especially along the edges where I want it to look like it's been burnt. And then just kind of here and there in the rubble to kind of pick out like piles of ash and whatnot. And then of course on the front, anywhere that looks like it should have any kind of battle damage. I'm going to go ahead and paint the rooftops with Army Painter's Bony Spikes. And on here, I'm just kind of trying to paint around all the debris that's been flung up onto the tops of the walls and the little metal hatches. And then once that's done, I'm going to do a pretty heavy wash with Seraphim Sepia. Not all over, but especially like heavier closer to the edges where it's been destroyed. Final step is just another dry brush on those rooftops with Bony Spikes. This was the last step. These walls are ready for the table. Yeah, so that's it for this video. I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.